when we got lovely people passing by here, like our friend Jake here. Thank you very much for coming today. Like we've had other people come by. There was another gentleman called David from Ukraine, from Kharkiv, and he came here. He also showed his support. He was with some friends. They hung around here, then they left. Lovely to see them. It doesn't matter if it's for a bit, if it's for a long time. Come here, show your support. You will always be welcome if you support the right message. But what about those who might have different things to say, you might ask? Well, to those people, I say we, as Ukraine supporters, have to do our research to be able to tackle those arguments head on. Today, we've heard one of those arguments. What about America? Well, the answer is, what about America? America is not directly involved in this war. America did not start this war. Russia invaded Ukraine. America did nothing to Russia. America didn't force anybody to join NATO. They did not invade any countries to make them join NATO. Now, Russia, on the other hand, kept their troops in the post-Soviet countries that have eventually joined their military union. And by the way, that military union is collapsing right now because Russia can no longer maintain peace in it. Russia can barely protect its own lands from its own people, now that they almost have a civil war going on in the Belgorod region. Excuse me, forgot that for a second. But we must know what to answer. We must know what to say. My friends, we are not here saying that America or NATO or EU or UK never did anything wrong. No. We are here to say that there's been a net positive in every single one of these countries. There's been a net positive when the Americans intervened in World War I, in World War II, when the Americans intervened in the first war of Iraq, when they intervened to help Kuwait defend itself against the invasion by Saddam Hussein. We must remember these things, because in that case, they were blameless. Of course, there were some bad interventions by the Americans. But what about the interventions by Russia? Every single one of them has been absolutely horrifying. Every single one of them has resulted in lots of deaths, lots of suffering. Look at what Georgia is right now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your support. Look at what Georgia is. Look how Georgia is doing. The Russians have bombarded Abkhazia and South Ossetia. The Russians have levered the city of Grozny in Russia of the Chechen ethnic minority. They leveled it to the ground. They didn't want to negotiate with the Chechens. They didn't want to give them some extra rights. Syria, the Russians used chemical weapons in Syria. Let's talk about Sudan, modern day Sudan. Sometimes our Sudanese friends come here and they support us on our protests. And we support them because the Wagner Group is involved in Sudan on the side of the Rapid Response Group that's fighting against the Sudanese government. My friends, we need to know what we're dealing here. Russia and America are not on the same level of terrible interventions, because America sometimes intervenes poorly, sometimes intervenes well. Russia intervenes terribly every single time. There hasn't been one intervention that has been done by Russia that has not resulted in disaster and catastrophe. Even at World War II, when the Allies were at least respecting human rights when they beat the Nazi Germans, the Russians did not care. They went to Berlin and they raped every woman in Berlin. This is what they did. Are these the heroes of this story? Are the Soviets the real heroes? No, my friends. They are the villains, just like the Nazis. Same exact thing. They started World War II on the same side as the Nazis. And we need to remember this, because Russia has not changed, and Russia does not plan to change, ever. It is in our hands to bring this change to Eastern Europe, to Russia, to Ukraine, and to the whole world. Because a world of total war is no longer tenable for humanity. We need something better. We need a world of peace. We need a world of prosperity, a world of diplomacy. But how can we have diplomacy with a country that violates every single agreement it ever made? It's impossible, my friends. We need to look at reality and not into conspiracy theories about reptilians and flat earth and whatnot and 5G vaccines. I don't even know. I've read some of the things that the individuals on that side over there believe in. I've read some of them. I've checked some of those things. It's hilarious. I would actually, maybe one day, I'm not a comedian, but maybe one day I'll do a little comedy sketch about all the different things they believe in. Because it's absolutely hilarious. Sometimes they believe at the same time that the Ukrainians are Nazis and Zionist shills and homosexuals and Satanists. Everything at once. Everything at once. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Absolutely, absolutely. You know, thank you very much for coming here. Thank you for showing your respect. But yeah, careful with the flag. Careful with the flag, girl. It's difficult to watch those. It's very difficult. Now, my friends, this rally is about to reach its end, unfortunately. It would be great to be here speaking with you the whole day, to be debating with anybody who has different opinions to give. But unfortunately, our time is limited, and this time is precious. This is what we need to say to every single person in the world who supports Ukraine. Your time here helping us is precious and it's useful. It will always make a difference. As little as it might be, it will accumulate. But if we do nothing, then we change nothing. So we will change something. Step by step, we will change the world. That is what we want to achieve, my friends. So let's remember, short announcement, as Serhiy has said, we need to say this often. We have our protests every Wednesday, today, at 6 o'clock, every Saturday at 4, every Sunday at 3. Our protests last about 2 hours. Every single time they're here in 10 Downing Street, don't be shy, join us, you will always be welcome as long as you behave, of course, and don't just start shouting nonsense. That's not very welcome. And there's one more announcement. This Saturday, we will have the Toloka. That will happen at 12 a.m. From 12 p.m. until 12 a.m. So it's quite a long time, from 12 to 12. From 12 to 12, excuse me, and it lasts the whole day. It's a lovely event. I've been there before. It's very nice. Lovely food, lovely people, great artists, you know, lovely music. Everything is really great. I would really invite anybody interested in having a good time to show up and just, you know, buy a few things. By the way, we have some lovely t-shirts here. I'm wearing one of them. You know, this lovely t-shirt with black trident, white t-shirt, black trident. Maybe I'll buy a black t-shirt with a white trident later, maybe.
Yeah. About Toloka, we will have a special guest appearance there at Toloka. It's a piano boy. He agreed to perform for the good cause. So Дмитро Шнуров, ви його знаєте як за пісню «Шампанські очі». So he will appear there and he will perform at Toloka, which will happen, as Paulo mentioned, from 12 o'clock noon Saturday, this coming Saturday, at Fulham in Ukrainian Hub at 7 Bigley Lane. So yeah, please join in, bring your friends, family, it will be great. And everything, every money raised will go towards the good cause, towards Ukraine and those in need and those who need the most in Ukraine. So every pound, nothing will be wasted, and yeah. Please join in and have a good fun, but most importantly, helping for good cause. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And as a final note, I would like to thank the British people and every different nation, every single person who supports us all over the world. No matter where you are, no matter what you look like, if you support Ukraine, thank you very much. And of course, we also have to thank the British government for helping us by promising to help Ukraine in the future and by putting further sanctions on Russia, because that is the only way we stop this war, by stopping Russia. We do not stop wars by appeasing the aggressor. That never happens. If you appease the aggressor, they will ask for more. Nay, they will demand more. That is what they will do. And if we try to appease Russia, we're stepping on the same rate we stepped on many times in the past. We need to be better than that. We need to be more intelligent than that. We need to know Russia cannot be trusted. We need to know the only way to stop this war is to stop Russia. And with that, thank you very much for everybody who came here today, to our Lithuanian friends, our British friends, our, who else is here? Our friends from Belarus. Who else is here?
Finland,
Our Portuguese friends, our Scottish friends, our Jewish
Finland,
friends,
Finland,
Finnish friends, Brazilian friends, absolutely. Ireland. Thank you very much.
Portugal.
Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka. Thank you very much for coming here. Our Sri Lankan friends. Thank you, every single one of you, my friends. Thank you for coming here. You're making a big difference right here. Little by little, even a small little bit of help will accumulate, and we will make a huge change in the end. So thank you very much. And to end this, we will hear the lovely Ukrainian anthem.